G'day guys, 2021 deer rut. I'm specifically on this property chasing fallow bucks. I hope I can get one on the deck. Let's see how we go. So my little plan this afternoon, I'm going to duck down into this gully system and skirt round it down into a bit of a basin. There's a bit of a knob out there. I've seen deer out on that before in the ruts. There's a really good little gully down in here. It's got about 4 little valleys that run into it, so heaps of green feed. There's a fair few kangaroos and I've seen quite a bit of feral pig sign, so looks good. Walked in pretty close to this fella. Effing kangaroos up in here. I got about 15 on the track in front of me. Bastards that thinks, geez, they're giving me some trouble. There's heaps of them in here. So I've got a doe and a fawn down underneath me about 150 metres. There's no bucks croaking yet. I'm up a little bit higher than them and I'm in the gully head, so I would have expected if there was a fella that he'd be up around this level. No croaking, which is a bit of a shame. I was hoping they'd be vocal by now, but anyway, I think I'll leave these guys alone and keep poking along this track I'm on. It's the start of a scrape there anyway, but nothing up here. I'm just about out of light now, so I'm going to poke around this saddle that I'm on. Try and get a bit closer to the bike. I've probably got a half-hour walk to get back, so I don't want to be out super late on the first night and stink the place up, so I've had a bit of a poke about. I'm just back at the bike now. It's about 8:30. Frustratingly, I bumped a mob of pigs walking out. Didn't see them, I could hear them in the grass, so that was a little bit frustrating. Obviously not carrying any digital shooting equipment when I'm chasing deer of daylight, but yeah, there were a few bucks that did croak probably about 15 minutes after dark. So I think my plan tomorrow morning will be to get up at stupid o'clock, get out there in the dark, walk in about half an hour and perch up on a little bit of a knob that I spotted, and just sit there and listen, try and get a little bit of a direction on where those animals might be. 2 of them were probably in the vicinity of where I went this afternoon, so that's disappointing that they weren't vocal and I didn't get eyes on them, but that's deer hunting, so let's have another crack tomorrow morning. First fox for the night, just up here, have a look. I've just come down this fence line. It's quite a steep little pinch coming down here. I've looked off the side of the track into this bit of a basin I'm above. There's a mob of pigs down there, so I'm going to leave the quad bike. I'm going to try and get a little bit closer over this bit of a roll. They're not aware that I'm here yet, I don't think. And yeah, let's plough into a few, eh? Managed to plough into a few of those pigs. I didn't realise the pretension on the tripod had torqued right up, so I couldn't loosen it off anymore. Must have just been the vibration on the quad. So we'll try and get down to them and drag them all together. A couple of things straight away. First one, these pigs are bigger than I thought. They're about 35 kilos. I thought they were only little real little baby pigs, but they're mature anyway. And I was further away than I thought. I was shooting down at about a 30-degree angle. I thought these guys were maybe 100 metres. Now, once I've got down to where they are, it's really undulating down in here, and I just can't see through all this ground cover. Even with the thermal, it's not flat enough, and there's just so much grass and weed. So yeah, I can't find any more. Nearly midnight. I'm just going to head back to the shearing shed now, have a bit of a nap. I'll probably get about 5 hours sleep, get up in the morning, ride all the way out the back of the property to where I could hear those bucks croaking just on dark, and yeah, we'll poke down in there and see if I can get eyes on some of them anyway. They might only be small fellas. There's plenty of them out here, so we'll see what we can find. So it's just first light now. I've got a little buck over on this knob opposite me. The zoom video camera's all fogged up, so sorry about that. I've sat it in the grass for about 20 minutes while I've been sitting here, and interestingly, I've got a red deer roaring down here, but I think it's in the neighbours. So yeah, I'm just going to sit here for another probably hour until I see anything maybe decent and go for a wander. Back up behind me here, there's been a buck croaking up there in the dark as I've walked in, but I've got a feeling that's in the neighbours as well, because I've only got about 600 metres that way and it's the fence line. So I'll just sit here and see what comes across this face over in here. I can glass that pretty well. I'm on the move now. I've just glassed about 6 or 7 deer right up back on the other side of where I've got the quad bike. So I haven't seen a buck, but this time of year, find the girls, find the boys. So I'm about 230 metres under where I saw those deer. I can't see them. There's a fair bit of timber up there, but I can see a heap of kangaroos. So I think what I might do is actually set up down here. Can obviously shoot that far if there's a decent buck up there, and yeah, we'll just see what moves around. It's still pretty early. So I've just had those deer go across that hillside up there. They weren't looking down towards me, so I don't know if something further around spooked them, but there's only a little spiker with them, little nubs about that big. So that's odd. He's all ruddy, he's all dark in the neck and puffed up, but no bigger buck up there anyway, which is odd. This is pretty cool. So I've got 3 juvenile little bucks up here about 150 metres away. I've still got those deer over on that side, and I've just glassed another doe up in here. So geez, I hope there's a buck hanging around them somewhere. You would think so. You would think so. They were croaking this morning, so we'll just stay here. I think I'm seeing more deer sitting still than I am when I move around. Not a bad little scrape, this one. There's nothing hugely fresh about it. There's a buck that's cranked up down underneath me. Probably about 300 metres away, so fingers crossed he keeps making some noise, because he's in a heap of dogwood, so it's not going to be fun. All quiet down there, so a couple of big breaths back up this ridgeline, and I'm going to go and get some food. I am starving, so it's been a good morning. Shame I haven't actually seen a decent buck, but I know there's lots of deer here, so the boys will be about somewhere. We will continue this afternoon.